Good morning. Today we're in Romans chapter 14. I hope you had a nice 4th of July weekend. Maybe you did some grilling outside. I have 3 pounds of ground beef here. You can hear people still shooting fireworks in the background. I also have some shrimp. A Jewish person will not eat this shrimp. They say it's not kosher because you can only eat something that has fins and scales. But we love shrimp. We love ground beef. Why do I talk to you about food? Because Romans chapter 14 talks about food. Verse 2 says, one person's faith allows them to eat anything. Another person's faith is weaker and they eat only vegetables. This is not a passage about being vegan. It's a passage talking about things in that day that caused some Christians to stumble. What I'm talking about is there would be meat sacrificed to idols. And not all of the meat would be sacrificed to the pagan god. Most of it, in fact, would be sold on the marketplace. Well, it's just ground beef. That's all it is. If it's good ground beef, enjoy yourself. But there were some Christians who said, no, you can't eat it because part of that cow was sacrificed on a pagan altar. Paul says, we know that it's just meat. But if it causes your brother to stumble, be sensitive to that. And then he starts talking about people who regarded one day as more important than another. Remember that the Jews had a Sabbath on Saturday, and some of these Jews who became Christians thought that you still need to observe the Sabbath. You still need to observe all these Jewish laws. And Paul says one day is not more important than another. We're worshiping on Sunday, and that's okay. The point he tries to make through all of this is, when it's a matter of personal conviction, don't judge your brother. There's right and wrong, and it is clearly defined. There is sin and righteousness, right and wrong, but then there are also areas of personal conviction. I'll give you an example. There are some Christians who say it is a sin to dance. Well, I don't think it's a sin to dance. You can dance inappropriately, but I remember at my daughter's wedding 7 years ago, 8 years ago, how many years? 8 years ago, we had a band. Bobby Taylor, his band Juice, was playing at the reception, and I danced. And I had a church member walk up to me and said, Pastor, I saw you out there dancing. And I thought, oh no, here it comes. And he said, I think it's great. I love that my pastor dances. Not very well, but I danced on that night. And to me, that's not a sin. It's a matter of personal conviction. So what you need to remember is to be careful before you judge another person when it's a matter of personal conviction. And also, be aware, because at the very end, Paul says, if eating meat or drinking wine causes my brother to stumble, then I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be sensitive to my brother. So always let love prevail, whatever the issue might be. And always put your brother, your sister in Christ, put their feelings first as you're trying to determine what to eat. I think maybe tonight, a little shrimp, maybe grill a burger. I think that's God's will for my life. And I hope that doesn't cause you to stumble. Tomorrow, we'll be in Romans chapter 15.